Death's cold grip is inescapable. Hate begets hate.
Hey guys, Speedoz here, and today I bring you a new video about the new skill that came out in 3.14 Ultimatum League, which is an Exsanguinate. It's a spell skill that deals physical damage, and a portion of this damage is dealt as physical damage per second. It can stack up to 3 times at the enemy. And also we are using the Corrupted Fever, which is basically the corrupted blood that we already know, and we want to get rid of as soon as the enemy hits this debuff on us. So how do you play this build? We are also using the Petrified Blood, which applies a debuff to protect half of our life, and it prevents recovery, life recovery other than flasks. So if we replace the life reservation here and use Enduring Cry for example, you can see that we cannot recover our life, but we can do if we use our life flask. In order to reserve our life, we are using the Arrogance, which is basically the second part of the Blood Magic gem, the new Blood Magic, which does not only reserve life but also gives us increased aura effect, so it's also good to use along with the Heart of Purity, and it reserves 50% of our life if you use the Arrogance. So that's enough life reservation in order to use the Pain Attunement, which gives us 30% more spell damage when low life, which is amazing. So what we're gonna do is to use the Corrupted Fever, which sacrifices a portion of our life, so we can gain the Corrupted Fever buff, and we can apply whenever we spend a total life that is told by this skill. As soon as we spend the 210 life, we are able to refresh the debuff duration, which is at the moment 6 seconds, as you can see here. So as soon as you spend life, you can basically use this around against bosses, and it will continue to refresh basically all the time. Make sure you have this buff active whenever mapping and bossing, because it will increase your damage by a lot. Also, by having the Storm Brand on the trigger effect, this will keep hitting the enemy, and it will increase the Corrupted Fever stacks. So this helps a lot against bosses. When mapping, I suggest you use the chain support instead of the Swift Affliction, because the chain, the additional chain times on this skill helps a lot when clearing maps. But basically, you can move around by using the Flame Dash and the Smoke Mine here. Make sure to have the Corrupted Fever up at all times, and then just use Exsanguinate. I also tried the Control Destruction versus the Unleash. Unleash was a chat suggestion, And personally, I prefer the Unleash because not only stacks instantly 3 times the Exsanguinate against mobs when clearing packs, but also helps against bosses because you move around a little bit and then you're able to stack 3 times already once again. So talking about the PoB, I have a PoB on the video's description section for you. On the bottom left, at the bottom left here, you can see all the leveling progression that you can do. Those are my suggestions. Also, there is a suggestion with no cluster and another one using cluster. For the items here, we have basically a weapon that has physical damage over time with +1 spell skill gems. The cast speed is also welcome. Make sure to have a open suffix to craft your trigger, a socket spell, and use a skill. Also, the other items are basically life, resists. Make sure to also have some dex whenever you can. I was lucky to get one on my body armor, so I could I didn't need any dexterity on my rings, for example. Also, one of my rings have vulnerability on hit. I have +1 on my amulet and a boots that has movement speed, also life and resists. But it's not crazy gear, as you can see. I spent around 10 exalts on this gear. Probably because of the wand, it should cost around 12 or 13 exalts. And considering how tanky it is, as you could see on the clips before, I'm very happy with the results. For the regular geos, we want some maximum life, physical damage over time multiplier, and global physical damage. Those are very nice modifiers for you to have on your build. For the large cluster geo, I managed to get a force multiplier, exploit weakness, and master fundamentals. Was very cheap indeed. Make sure to have at maximum 8 passive skills. For the medium clusters, I like the rend and exposure therapy. Make sure also to have a maximum of 5 passive skills here. For the skills, as you can see, we have Exsanguinate. Make sure to change the Swift Affliction with the chain whenever you're bossing. Corrupting Fever. Also, to scale well the Corrupting Fever, you should use the essence of 30% more damage over time on your gloves. This helps a lot on scaling your damage. We also have a movementation setup by using Flame Dash, Arcane Surge, Smoke Mine, and Second Wind. These triggers setup on your wand is very nice as well. Like I told you, Stormbrand helps stacking the Corrupting Fever. The Bone Offering and Desecrate are also welcome because this way, and along with the Necro Ascendancy, we gain the block from the Bone Offering, so it's very nice. Petrified Blood, War Banner Pride, Hair of Purity with the Arrogance, Support Gem, and also Vulnerability comes from the ring in a Portal Gem if you want to. On the notes section, we have very useful information regarding the leveling, also the Pantheon, Bandits, which ascendancy order you should take, some leveling suggestions here. Also, you could use not only wand, but also scepters. All that matters is when you're leveling, you should get a +1 physical or +1 spell skill gems. This helps a lot when scaling our damage. And also some suggestions regarding the leveling gems here. As soon as you level through the acts. All right. So considering this is a new skill, I'm very happy with the results because sometimes some new skills that come out with the new leagues, they are not good in my opinion, but this one is very nice along with the Corrupting Fever. The mapping is amazing. I clear ultimatums very easily through the maps. As you saw on the clip, I was doing a very dangerous map and it was a breeze with all the block that we have and the Petrified Blood as well. So I really like the mechanics that this build enables us to use. One thing that I would like is to have a little bit more damage because against bosses, I feel it's better than Essence Drain, but it remembers a lot Essence Drain. And as we already know, SS drains damage against bosses is not really nice. So one thing that I would like to see is a way of increasing the damage even further. I believe one of the ways is to have the +2 amulet here with some better nodes such as spell damage and stuff, but you should then invest a little bit more currency into this build to see it actually outperform this one. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. What's this aerial challenge?
You've finally caught my attention. Die.
This city is nothing.
Ih, cara, tava com a gema errada. Era pra eu ter dado mais dano. Menos mal. Soldados Wonder. Muita, né? Bom demais.
Be utterly annihilated.
The others found strength in their projections. They became reliant on them. I am not so foolish. Be silent. Die.
Beyond, there is only horror.
Watch.
Crumble.
O que eu fiz, guardei de recordação. Não, foi antes de eu streamar. Foi na Incursion, comecei a streamar na Legion.
Really interesting enough to warrant all this pain.
Olha o Sirus invisível.
Your lives are meaningless.
Esse daqui é o Sirius 5. Eu não tenho Watchstone ainda. Ah, esqueci de botar a sexta, né?
Obliteration.
The edge of death. My heart races.
I am alive. Se continuar os investimentos nesse personagem, ele acaba... Ele acaba ficando mais danudo também.
Feel the thrill of the void.
This world is doomed. Nossa, faltou só um.